Alright, hey guys. So I don't know if you remember, but Dinoruffia was an archetype that got announced a few, I feel like it was a few months ago, since I last made a video about them. And basically they're about like, paying life points to do their effects, search out traps, and paying more life points for that, losing like half your life points for everything. You can pay half your life points and banish one Dinoruffia normal trap from your grave, and then this effect becomes that trap effect. So you kind of get the idea. This guy, he also, while you have 2,000 or less life points, you do not pay life points to activate trap cards or Dinoruffia monster effects. So that's pretty great for this archetype. So yeah, it's just things like that. And we finally got a new fusion monster and a trap, and we're gonna go over it. So here we got Dinor. So I'm gonna have a picture of the. I'm gonna try to find a better picture to put on the site here of the fusion monster and the trap. So yeah, I was just checking something, and it is kind of interesting that they're marked as like Dinorphia instead of Dinoruffia. They should still be the same archetype. They do pretty much look the same, and their effects are very similar. So I'm not sure why the names are different here. Even on like this Yugioh card database that I use, they put them as different monsters, and it might be the case that it's just like it's part of the same archetype, but they have different names, kind of like Fluffle and like Frightfur, which it's fine. But what's confusing about that is that this requires one Dinorphia fusion monster plus one Dinorphia monster, so they would need. There would need to be another Dinorphia fusion monster outside of this one, for you to summon it. For you to summon this one, so that's either an indicator that there's more support or that that they are the same. But I'm guessing they're actually different. I don't think they would make that sort of mistake. Oh, here you guys can get a better picture, a better look of them. But yeah, let's just start with the monster. So monsters your opponent controls with an attack equal or higher than your life points cannot activate their effects. So that's pretty nice. If you're able, you're gonna be paying a lot of life points. You're gonna be pretty low. So having this to just stop your opponent from playing, that's pretty nice. I think that's gonna be solid, especially if you get pretty low. Yeah, I think that's really good. Quick effect: you can pay half your life points until the end of this turn. The attack of all monsters your opponent controls becomes equal to your life points. This probably won't be that relevant, but it's gonna be decent. You can so I'm guessing with this, if they are the same archetype, which I'm not sure anymore, but then you wouldn't have to pay anymore, but I'm guessing you still have to. If you guys know like what it is with like their different names, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon one level 6 or lower Dinorphia monster from your grave. Okay, so it's just a way to recycle more after you lose this monster. This effect I think is pretty solid here. Monsters your opponent controls with an attack equal or higher than your life points cannot activate their effects. I think that's going to be pretty nice to have. But besides that, the other effects are decent too, but this effect I think is definitely going to stand out. And it's going to be really annoying if you're able to activate a lot of effects and get your life points super low. Where they're not able to activate any monster effects and they can only deal with it with spells, or with continuous monster effects. That would be interesting. But yeah, we think its name comes from Rex Storm. So okay, Dinorphia Frenzy, normal trap card. During your opponent's main phase, pay half your life points. Fusion summon one Dinorphia fusion monster from your extra deck using one monster from your deck and one monster from your extra deck. So that's okay. So this looks like this is just a built-in fusion card here. Fusion summon one Dinorphia fusion monster from your extra deck using one monster from your deck and one monster from your extra deck. That's pretty nice. It is a trap, so it is a bit slower. But you are able to get this monster out, and it's a second effect. It's a quick effect. But you don't have to use cards from your hand to summon it. You could just use this and then use a monster from your extra deck and deck, which is pretty good. Kind of slow because it's a trap, but I think for balancing reasons, I think that's fine. When your opponent activates a card effect where your life points are 2,000 or less, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no damage from your opponent's card effects this turn. Okay, I don't think that's going to be relevant. From card effects, damage, I guess it's just to prevent your opponent from accidentally, or from, if you're going into burner deck, this will, so you have something against that. But besides that, that's not super relevant. But this card makes it enough where it's worth running. And then if you have to, this card, when it's in a grave, it's still relevant in case you know, your opponent activates a card effect that actually deals damage to you. But yeah, let me see. I'm just trying to look at the names. Like, I'm looking at like the characters that are used here, and I'm pretty sure they're like the same characters. Like, if you guys look at these right here, and then look at the text on the card, the characters look very similar. I'm pretty sure it's the same archetype. Yeah, it's like the exact same characters here in the beginning. And then the characters at the end are different because I'm guessing that's where that's the actual name of the card that makes it different, like the Dinorphia Rex Storm. So I think they're the same archetype. Like, if I'm wrong, then let me know. But yeah, it's kind of interesting though, the whole thing. But yeah, that card seems pretty decent, the fusion monster, and being able to use this as a fusion card. It's slow, but I think it should be fine. Hopefully we get more support just to you know, other cards that let you fuse. Hopefully like a regular polymerization for the archetype that could do a little extra, just to make it stand out more. But yeah, I see this deck having, I think it's interesting at the very least, just paying all these life points and being able to do these different effects. And the fusion monsters look pretty cool too. Like, look at this card. Like, these look so cool. But yeah, what do you guys think of those cards? What do you think of the entire archetype as a whole? Yeah, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.